Hi, in this quick demo, we are demonstrating the forecasted values for market profile. Using the concepts we discussed earlier, just to quickly summarize, we have composite profile which we analyze. What we are doing is we are looking at the instrument squared value and the cycles, going back in time, making a composite. Anything in nature comes down to be if you have a lot of samples, huge amount of samples. Central limit theorem, if you know this basic of mathematics, the central limit theorem, and then there is standard deviation, variance, all the basic 101. And if you do clustering, nearest neighborhood clustering, K clustering, K means clustering, all these things, if you take large sample sets, in central limit theorem, what we do is we take a sample set and find its mean, variance, take another sample set, take another sample set. What we discover is if you add them all together, it becomes a bell curve. I'm just throwing a very dummy central theorem concept, but idea is in the end most of the data is going to be clustered in some fashion if you take a lot of samples and they're clustered in a bell curve fashion. Simple as that. That's the fundamental of market profile logic as well. So I also discussed that we need to take the holes, not the peaks, the holes. The key is the holes, valleys created in the market profile. These are the points where market will be rejected again in the future. That's it. That's a basic concept. And based on the simple concept, we have a tool. After evaluating Ninja, paying them $1,000, trade session, multi-chart, wave. I think wave and multi-chart is where I think I have settled down upon. It has all the features I need to make this work. So what you see here is format. I have an indicator, a bunch of them. One of them is volume profile indicator, which has bunch of inputs. That's all you need to do. Drop this indicator, you will see all this on the chart automatically. So what we have identified is we are doing a rolling window composite analysis of the values of the composite profile, and they are projected for the next day. The green lines, yellow lines is where market is going to react from very precisely. Sorry, so these levels you see here, green, white, yellow, these are the forecasted levels based on, we added some quantitative functions, direct delta functions, set applied central limit theory functions on the values I explained earlier. So this day, when this day is over, it will forecast this and put these lines. When this day is over, it will forecast and put these lines. And they are like small lines, skinny lines. You can control all that. And then they are not so skinny lines. Alright. So based on the volatility of the instrument at that moment, it may stay within skinny lines, or it may scan to the upper levels where it will reject and it will move. Higher it goes, faster it falls down. So let me first propose a concept and theory. I was watching this market profile chart at an airport where I had 4 hours overlay, and I was just reading my quant finance course concept, and somehow it hit me that I should try this method to see if it is valid. And in the 4 hours I went back 3 months and I drew this by hand, and I was amazed what I discovered. So anyways, now you should be able to see the power of the oscillator combined with market profile forecasting. So I'm not showing you the market profile display here. I use those numbers, and I use the composite numbers for last 35 days, the values, apply some 3 mathematical algorithms, and I come with a forecast for next day, which I believe is what the big players are doing. And I think I just gave this tool to one of my friend. He's in shock. He applied this on euro. Anyways, so here's the philosophy. First philosophy we say is market should go to this green line extension and formulate a reversal plan from there. Let's see how many times it did that. So this day it touched this point 1, 2, 3. This day came very close, missed by a few ticks. Now this point 67, what is it? Sorry, this is, I can't read, 57 to 67, 10 point. This is a 10 point range, 15 point range. So I was saying every day you can get 10, 15 point range. If you are a very aggressive trader, you can get this 5, 7 points, 10 points, 10 points, 10 points, right? Lot of cash. This day went to the white line, 1, 2. This day it went to the yellow line as well. So you can see from this level itself, it came down very hard, stopped like a rock, went up 7 points, came down to the next one, 7 points, came down again 10 points. They're trying very hard, but these are the brick walls, like a wall of China right here. Came down big time. As it goes to yellow, it bounces 20 points. Even these bounces were within the frame of these lines I have drawn here, right? So this is where you will need a super oscillator. This oscillator, as I said, has 10 different indicators combined into one, based on 8 rules. That should there are 10 rules. 2 rules are like bet the ranch, bet the children, bet your house, bet your family, bet everything you have. Those signals happen once a while, probably twice a month. And I will explain that later. So here the signal was already saying that it's oversold. I need to be looking at buys, crossover oversold at our level. Buy ES options 2,000, 3,000, 7. If you want to get to $5,000 to $10,000 range a daily basis, you need to trade 10 to 15 E-mini contracts, or I like to trade E-mini options. If I'm that precise, which I'm getting to be, I will trade options SPY or intraday, or so in case I'm really wrong, I will not lose like my socks off, right? Losses will happen once a while, but anyways, that's different discussion. Anyway, so here market came here first of all. Boom, projected. Middle of the night. You got bored. Kids are sleeping, watching TV, whatever. Came down here. Wow, I need to buy. Middle of the night, you buy E-mini or E-mini options. Make $1,000. Go to bed. Get up in the morning. You'll hit the restroom at 9:15 before the open. Hit this level again. Oscillator is showing, looking for oversold at our white line. Boom, $2,000. Third time down, again oversold. It's not able to go lift up. You need to know the 8 rules. Why it's not able to go up beyond this. Anyways, I had a video on that, but you don't have the oscillator to understand what is going on. Anyways, same thing here. Now here it finally went above 64 to overbought zone. Stop loss, yellow line, boom. This time it bounced again here. This one, first time if it penetrates after first bounce, this is not valid, just like polarity lines. This is valid, it is not broken yet. If it came down again, third time, it will break. So this was, even if you're a smart trader, you could have gotten some 3-4 points here, 10-12 tweaks here. This one was an oscillator cross over the average below 75, sorry, below 25. Crossover is valid. There we go. This day forecasted, this day market came down here, shoot, London session, boom, we're done by the morning. Maybe this is what people say, I trade 1 hour early or whatever it is, few hours early, and I'm done in 15 minutes, you know. Somehow they discovered this. I did it in a very hard way, a lot of hard work. Previous day here predicted this levels, green line. It's not 1, 2, 3 penetrations. You can keep going on. This day produces this green, 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 boom, green, boom, green, boom, green, boom, green, boom, green. Right here in front of you, 5 green hitting next. You cannot penetrate these levels unless momentum is super strong. Green, green, green. If it is super strong, you'll go to white. If it is super strong, you go to yellow. Load up the boat at yellow for a bigger swing coming on board. So you got the idea. This is the power of using the profile in the right way, not the way everybody else uses. They cannot, unless you're able to identify 10 raw patterns of market profile efficiently, real time, you will have a very hard time making money with market profile. This oscillator might help you a little bit on that, finding the good levels. Last few days of POC, last few days of value high low, market going there, naked virgin POCs are good points. I love those points. And oscillator combination will help you. But this is something taking your trading to the next dimension. $10,000 per day. Now before we close this glorious tools discussion and glorified, now you see here, this is my trading dome. I trade 3-4 times a day and I swing trade intraday, whatever you call that. I use hedging. I've been trained that way, to think that way. This is our Dean's index, which Mr. Dean was able to create, working, help eSignal put it together. It's worth, the next net cost is $140 a month, and I think it's worthwhile, I would say, if you want to trade. So yellow, strong move down. So now I want to show you one thing, which I am going to add this to this This is where I was telling you there's a bid and ask analysis has to be done. We talked about, let me just explain that quickly. We all know about value of a day, 15 minutes, 5 minute, right? There's a value. Let's say this is the day value. Actually, why I'm drawing, I already have it here. So right here, you can see market profile, right? Value here, you're enjoying the value high, value low, value high, value low, and same thing, value high, value low, blah blah, holes, my new method called holes. So what is going on? Why did eventually market decided to turn here? Irrespective of my forecasted world's first way of doing forecasting on market profile or some other things. So there's a value for the day. You can break it down into 5 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. If you have sophisticated 100 hours a month software, you can break down the value at whatever level you want. When you go down to the level of bar, intra bar, this is what you see. And I have right now a different code. I have to merge it together. I'll give you the concept. Maybe you can code it yourself. I've given you all the logic, not left anything behind, because there's plenty for everybody in the world. And hopefully, if you can benefit from this, universe will offer more ideas to me to do other things in life. Anyway, you see, my coloring scheme is not that great. There's a concept of trapped buyers and trapped sellers. Market big players are moving here, trying to induce you to take a certain action, and then they'll suck you in just to reverse the market. And what I've done is I'm doing this bid and ask analysis. Now let me give you the logic. Nothing to hide here. There's a bid, ask, bid, ask, and ask. How are they matched? If for every buyer there's a seller, why is market moving up and down? If each transaction there's a buyer and a seller, market should never move anywhere, but it does. Why? Aggressiveness of, are you hitting the bid? So this is the cross analysis right there, this way and this way. Buyers hitting the ask is going to move the market up. Sellers hitting the bid is going to move the market down. When you say who is reaching out to where, right? If the sellers are aggressive, they will sell low. Instead of you coming and okay, I will sell for $10. I'm not in a hurry to sell. I'll wait here forever. Come and get me. If I have to sell, I will sell at $9.99. I will tick lower, hit the bid, move the market down. Right? This is how I market moves up and down, even if there is a balanced transaction. So, based on this logic, you see I have color coded the greens and the reds, identifying who is aggressive in this transaction. So there's a value for a day, break it down into sub charts, sub days, whatever you want. There's also value within the bar, right? 5-minute bar, 2-minute bar, volume bar. I use volume profile, volume bars, everything volume everywhere. If I show you something for crude oil in volume, what I found out, you'll be shocked. And I think this is what Wyckoff and other people 100 years back were saying. Volume. There's only a certain amount of sellers in the market. When inventory is exhausted, buyers will go over the other side. That's all. It's auction market. If you make it more difficult, you're trying to become so super complicated by doing so many things. Uh, but in the end, the raw trading is right here in front of you. Who is aggressive buyer? Who is aggressive seller? Market is going down and above the current point based on that simple logic. Alright, so if I expand it a little further, you see this yellow boxes, each bar based on my kind of bar I have volume bar. These are volume bars based on the squared principle of the instrument. I convert that into corresponding volume bar. The volume bar have intra bar bid and ask filters I put together based on the squared principles of the instrument. It's a mouthful, but what is going on? Identifying who is aggressive and where is the value moving within the bar that is described in the yellow box. And why I want to know is because I want to see where are they trapping the buyers, where are they trapping the sellers. So let me give you the logic first and then we will see examples. Here's the logic. So I'm thinking this is the value, right? You see a yellow box with a green bar on top. I want to see the green bars on top. That means these are the suckers who are trapped. Buyers trapped right there. Buyers trapped right there on the top. When you see green bars on the top of the bar, buyers are trapped. They just don't get trapped right away unless they push the value by trading up and down. It's 5-minute bar. Up and down, up and down. The value is going to move up, up, up. Right? People are watching that. Robots are watching that. The values are moving up. They may break down, break up. Right? When the value has moved to the top 25% of the bar height, and you see green buyers on the top, they are trapped. When the market moves down, perfect short entry for minimal loss because the value has moved to the top side and we have flipped on the bottom of the value and you have trapped buyers on the top right here. Exactly, yellow bar, top bars all green. Moment you go down below here, you are trapped. Buyers will try to push it up. When they see the market go down, they are shitting in the pants. They try to push it up. This is entry for us to go short. Minimal. If you want to be a tick player, tick 1 tick, 3 tick, 4 tick level stop loss. This is how you got to play. You have to be really focused with your eyes and a lot of practice. Anyways, so how do we use it as traders? So now watch this closely on the left chart. Let's pick any day right here. We're getting very close. We know, okay, this is the green bar. We have oscillator crossover, right? But what is happening here? Why did it stop here besides these two things? The answer lies right here, what I just explained to you, right there. See this See my mouse moving on both sides at the same time, and in this bar, within this bar, what do you see here? What do you see here? Oops, I can't. Oh, no, I can't. Crap. Sorry. Let me. Okay. What do you see here? I just explained to you. This is the bar height. In this bar height, oops, it's not a bar height. This is the bar height. This is the yellow box, and it is below 25% range. So this is the 50% range, half bar, and is below close to 25, lower 25% range of the bar. Value moved down, and the red box, the sellers who are looking for initiative sell are trapped. When they're trapped, what they do is goodbye. Thank you very much. This game goes on within intra hedge funds. Who has more money screws the other guy. This is the Shark Tank right there. So we as retail customers with limited funds, we have a forecasted level. We have our savior oscillator right there telling us look for trend change. Now you see that, what do you observe here? The oscillator came little late right here. You already missed like 5-6 points, 4 or 5 points. This gave you precise 1 point loss entry. This is the reason I was saying you have to do the inventory analysis, bid ask analysis, where the value within the bar has been shifted, where are the buyers and sellers trapped at a very critical level. You get a precise entry, you get a 5-point advantage entry. We are getting in here, professionals already got in here, they're getting out here. That's the difference of getting into this level of analysis. Obviously you will have some Gann time, direction, right? This can also be time to price forecast, price to price forecast, but professional in the idea I talked earlier about, there are various levels of trading. Gann is in the forecasting level, right? Then below that, institution level. These two combinations are usually used in the institution levels, and you will see they will obviously, if there's a market truth to what I just discovered, it will match the Gann, which it does most of the time, right? So you have this deadly combination going on. Below that, as I was saying, Gann is the way to go. Without Gann, institution, I can trade with that, as I showed you. But it requires a massive knowledge of market profile, research, and bid ask and open interest. Then there are lower forms of, I think I've sent you the list, which I think it came into my mind. Lowest form is oscillator. I have combined the best non-correlated oscillators out there into one composite. In my oscillator, there are 10 independent indicators in one. I never use anything else. I highly recommend using on balance volume and feed that into your oscillator of choice, which will make your oscillator much better. Let's do one more example quickly. Since I am trading options mostly, so I just need these swing levels. I'm so happy with those, I don't need to worry about anything else in terms of technical analysis. Right now, let's see if my logic is correct right here. I showed you something else on the bottom. Now let's see on the top. I'm assuming at my level they have to find some traps first. They'll set some traps first right there. So I'm assuming there should be green blocks on top, and some green value right here. Okay, there we go. Top of the bar at a critical level, two green boxes and yellow right there. Buyers are trapped and they will move the market down right here on the bottom, right? So let's try this one. It doesn't have to be that precise all the time. Right there, if you want to try, okay, oscillator is oversold, I feel like I should take this trade. It's also one of my levels, not as powerful as other ones, but okay. What I need to do, look at the bottom. You see this bottom of the bars, red bars. The value here is at 50% level. Lower it is, better it is, right? So let's try right here. Let's try some other. Pick any day, doesn't matter. Pick this day. You can see how massively these levels are respected. Let's take this one. Right there, trapped buyers, value is not there, did not meet the complete definition. Here, a bar before, market went down, value is way at the bottom. We have some trapped buyers, also initiative seller buyers, green bar. So value has to move down and you have to flip on the other side of the value. Think about that way. That's better option. Right there, it went down 3-4 times. Boom, 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 boom. Fight is on. Robots are fighting right there. Anyway, so let's see here. Market is going down, obviously. Let me squeeze this chart a little bit. Okay, where we are, right here. So this one did not work out, obviously, which is fine. It'll work on the next one, and it'll work aggressively on the next one. Right there, what do I see? At the bottom, I see red boxes, value green, yellow boxes, and the red box is way at the bottom of the bar at my critical level. Pinpointed entries with 1 point loss maximum. You need that level of precision if you want to get into $10,000 per day trading, where you need to load up 5, 10, 15 contracts or use options. The options are not open in the morning, you have to use ES options. ES options are heavily overpriced. Unless you get precise entry and move right away, you will lose money by sitting right there. Time decay is very aggressive. Anyways, so especially if volatility is very high, volatility drops by 50%, you will lose a lot of money in doing nothing. So you will say, what the hell, I'm making all the money, I'm still losing money. So anyways, precision right there. Precision is required. More precision is required if you want to do heavy duty trading. Right here, market was going up, hit precisely this green level. Let's see what was going on there. Where are we? The color scheme is so bad. So right there we got the green bar and the yellow on the top. Value was top, there's no sucker here. Right here the value was, I think, down, green box was on the top. So we didn't get much clarity until this third bar, which came right there, like 3 points lower, which is also a crossover. Now you can see how powerful the oscillator forecasted levels are. You can go to any day you want, it doesn't matter. So there will be days like these, mostly it will swing, and sometimes it doesn't work these days. Why this is not working? So you need to know oscillator, the volume is pressuring down. The green line you see is an average of 10 different oscillators. The red line was precisely touched yellow. It was slow volatility, yellow, red, and then it came back. Now the average is pinned down. When this happens, the oscillator will not move above 64. Pin 64 trades, short trades. These are the rules of the oscillator if you have seen that video. So anyway, it went down here, it went up here, 6 points, 10 points, 15 points right there. This small action's 15 points. Now we know if it goes to yellow line, this is a critical point. You should get something in options because it will, after 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts, it will ending at a very strong yellow level. 10 points up. How much is this? 15, 20, 19, 15, 19, 15, like around 20 points. Let's say you got 15 points from here. Not bad. In hour and a half. And then, so you see these are vibrating to the same level. So majority of the time, as I said, you will see this green line respected. If not, other ones. Let's finish the video just to see what was the bid-ask situation. Right here, market was down, value was in the lower area or not. It was here, and there was a trapped buyer on the other side of the value. The value should be on the red box, or red box should be below the yellow box. Market moves up, the guy is gone, trapped. It's over 20 points. Right on the top, at the green line, overbought situation. What do you see right here? Green box with the yellow value. Move down, you're trapped. Boom. So let the value, forecasted value, be reached first. Look at the situation of the oscillator. Fine tune your entry using this. Getting here 4 points early, 3 points early compared to later. I mean, like if you have 10 contracts, that's like $400 per ES future contract. If I'm doing my math correctly. Hold on a second. Yeah. 10 points is $1,000. I have to see my tool. I'm just getting out of touch with the value. So I'm trying to use ES future option at night after hours. If I see a value hit. Daytime you can use SPY, weekly options. Right here, same thing. Market flipped over on the other side, came down. If you think you should take a trade, oscillator is not helping. Oscillator is not telling us anything. Unless I use my other right here. My use momentum oscillator is telling me okay, it's turning up. I can use that. I can use that here in green line. Here green line, top short. One way or the other I'll get in. So right here, based on this logic, right there, yellow and green is on the bottom side of the bar. Right? Precision entry, stop just below. I mean, now you need to know your instrument and how many points stop loss you want, or you just buy ES future options. 10 points, $1,000. Anyway, so I think this is a exciting find. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys can benefit from this.